Alright, so we're back again.
Should we try like an acro, or should we try like a king, or try a bigger piece? Small piece. Take that and slice in a piece on top.
So we're back. I had to get on the Wi-Fi. Surprise, surprise, AT&T failed me.
You're not from Neptune, are you?
What's that?
You're not from Neptune?
What's
Neptune?
no?
Oh, okay.
So if you're doing that in frags, and there's one people left over, you squeeze out, you take that and apply it to the next one. So let's say you want to do a split can, you dab that in fry, top. Place it right in. So now it's hands over there, that's the ground. So now the chickens are sticking to your fingers. What you want to do is get your fingers back. So when you do this with this point, lay it back, take it under the water, straight down. That's right. What's the front leg? Reset. So before you do anything, what you want to do is look at the water. We're just going to swirl this around, getting that water out. Bring it in the surface to the top. Just dry that end, dry that ends right out. Just set it straight in the middle. Now, if you want to do nothing, just set it right in the water. What you can do is if you don't want that down there, after about 10, 15, 20 minutes, you can go back in there. And once that starts to skin over a little bit, you can go work that off like that. And scoop that all out. Now you can also sculpt it down. So if you don't want that flat cover, you can use a mat. You pot it the entire area so it's more natural. If you want it to actually, it seems like you take absolutely. You can build that up, hide that risk into the cell. And then if you come back about 20, 30 minutes later, you can go in there and you can tack into it and build it with a natural rock to it. It does. The whole procedure is different than SAC or detox. That's why it does take a little time to use it. I'm trying to use the same thing. It's kind of like yeah, because as soon as you get it into the water, the faster it will react. And once it starts plugging up, then you get out of position. Do you want to try them? Okay. Good? Yeah. Okay. One of the other things is we can use exploded water to adhere to rockwork. So the current process for that changes depending on the applicator because we have the 2-ounce tubes, we have the mini cockroaches, and then we have the big 10-ounce tubes. So to apply a frag to a rock underwater, what you're going to want to do if you're using the 2-ounce gun, the 2-ounce tube, is to prime your rock by applying a little bit of adhesive to the rock underwater. Okay? It's not going to stick as easy as it is outside the water. So you're going to prime that area, and then you're going to take a plug. If the plug's wet, you're going to dab that plug dry, okay, and apply a little round of adhesive underneath. against the primed area, push and just twist a little bit, and not drive onto the existing adhesive. So underwater, the adhesive wants to grab for itself. If you just try to take the tube, and you try to take the tube of the water and apply it to this, just to try to adapt it on there, you notice it's not sticking. When we got that water in there, it's not sticking. The key is to get that water layer out of it. To do that, we have to apply it. You have to push the adhesive against the surface of the rock and squeeze out that water. Again, we have it wet. And then from there, underwater, you can see here, I'm able to take the adhesive. You guys can see this? So this is the part right here. You can take the adhesive and look how it bonds to itself. See that? You get it to bond to itself. You can build that layer up. So if that's your rock, you build that layer up and then apply your clothes in that as well. You see now that it's sticking off there? Yeah, you just prime that area back in. Reset that. Roll it up. Because it's wet, it's going to peel off a little bit easier. So we have that's gripping underneath. I have no more adhesive lotion. Now I just place this in the water. Take the rest of all this and apply it to the next one. So shrink that. No, there's not much.
Now, what you put down, I've noticed, is what is there once it cures.
Now, sometimes you'll notice with graffitis, they tend to still exude a little bit of water that drips out. So if you run into a problem where you have it, where it's polyps are extended yet and it's sliding yourself, try what you can and place it in there, right? And if you're not getting a lot of gravity, stick it under the water. And now you can kind of mold that around as if you're doing a toothbrush. With your fingers, take part of your finger that doesn't have adhesive on it, and you can mold that around. Again, you can come back 15 minutes later. So you still got some bulk in there, so let's go out. Get back.
I kind of want to use some of this for reset.
So you can use it, like I said, you can use this as well if you're trying to do rock work under the water. This would be great if you have two pieces of rock, you can just get up underneath there, you can pick it up, you can join it that way, and just apply the piece in there. You don't need much. This has a shear strength of 15 RPSI, so it's very, very strong. It's stronger than the rock itself. As a matter of fact, like Tracy Lucas, sometimes the ones that we put on, people are actually breaking the rocks before they put them down.
Last time I was here, we literally were playing with it, and the rock sheared off before the adhesive joint broke.
No, and that's the great part about this. It does not affect your skin. It does not cloud. Clouding is actually aiming at just pops. That's why if you ever see those valley mariculture macros, you don't ever see that. Most time you won't see pools growing over that epoxy. It's because it's releasing, constantly releasing anger, which is toxic to the coil. Coils don't like it. Because this is calcium carbonate, it's moving by the surface of the clothes. Compared to epoxy, it's stronger than epoxy, single use, so you don't have to mix it, and it will not cause any skin to go crazy, also not have any clouds.
And it's not exothermic.
Right.
Right.
There's no
Right.
temperature.
Or like how like you get like super glue on your fingers and it heats up, especially if you get a decent amount. Like this has none. I was screwing around with some palithoas at home and I got a lot on my hand because I was rushing and it didn't feel warm, nothing.
So if you're attaching to a rock that's in the water, a frag,
Sure.
how do you dry off the frag before you put the epoxy
So
on
the
it?
process is what we showed before. What you're going to do is prime the rock underwater.
Oh, prime it underwater.
This is
Okay.
going to be underwater, right? So you're going to basically prime that area with a little bit of adhesive. If you're not using the gun, you're using the tube. You're going to prime that rock. Okay, so it's going to be a little bit harder because it's wet. So you're just pushing that water layer out and pushing the adhesive off the rock.
Okay.
Then you're going to take your plug. You take your plug around. You apply some adhesive to the back of that. If it's wet already, dry it off. Apply adhesive on that. So there's a little bulk and there's a sandwich in between there. And then you're going to apply that into that and twist it.
Okay.
That's it. And let it sit in a low current.
And you can just take that underwater.
The gun? Yes, you can take this right under the water, tip up the joint, and apply it, and then squeeze it back down. Or you can also just apply it to the rock here to prime it, and then apply the adhesive to the back of the plug, and then push it back. So I'll give you the method.
How does that store when it's in the gun?
So this has a 1-year shelf life. What you want to do is keep it out of moisture. If the best thing to do is put it back in the plastic bag when you're done using it.
Yeah.
Moisture is the activator, so if you have it in a high humidity area near your tank, it could cause the tube to hurt a little bit. When you store it, what I like to do is leave a little bit of a dab on the bottom, on the top there, and then apply the cap on the top. Now, that way when you take it back off, right, so you come back a week or two later, what you're going to have is the surface area on the top. It's going to be a little hard, right? It's only going to harden up an eighth or a quarter inch. So you can just take like a knife, a tiller knife, or a drill bit and just pop that out of there.
Okay.
And the rest of this tube is still going to be right underneath here. So it's still going to be pliable underneath. Same with the gun. If you're trying to use the gun, what you can do is we're going to use it a day or two. You can leave a little bit. So you leave a little bit on the end. When this hardens up, you can pull this out, and this will still be flexible inside of here.
Okay.
If you're not going to use it, more than a few days, then what you want to do is put it back the way you got it. You're going to take the needle off, clean out the needle. You can push a small piece of wire or something through there to clean that out. Take alcohol to dissolve the rest that's on here, and you're going to replace the packets back on here. Remove it from the gun. Over here. Remove it from the gun, and then put the orange cover on the back of that.
Okay.
So with that, put it in the plastic bag and store it back. Any other questions? That's good.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'll just show you these guys' coils real quick. You can see the ones that were glued up with the adhesive.
Oh, I think we stepped away when he was having the guys do it. If you want to put a
These
pair
guys
of
were
gloves on, you can.
done. These guys were done about 2 months ago.
Yeah, so I have the gloves.
With a March, we were on.
If you just want the 2 ounce.
Yeah, about 2 months ago, you can see they're already growing over the adhesive. I already have chlor and algae growing over there.
Yeah.
And there's also a bunch on the other side over there. You can see that going on.
And there's colors.
Yeah, we mix pigments. That was the other thing. You can mix pigments in if you're trying to color match something. So if you're trying to do an insert or something like that.
Can you just do the beginning part again, Todd,
Sure, which
for the
part?
people that weren't here when we had the little?
So, are these for sale? Okay. How much? Okay. Thank you so much.
So we missed the beginning part. The AT&T kept cutting in and out.
Right, so we have a frag plug. If you can see this, I don't know, angle that.
Yep.
Okay. So we're going to apply some adhesive to the plug. Let it mount. Okay. Okay, we're going to dab it dry. We're just going to place that right in there. Okay. Now, at this point, we don't have to do anything. We just kind of set it in the water. If you want, you can smooth that out, or you can come back in about 10 minutes. It'll be easier to smooth it out and just smooth that out that way. Place it in the water. And in about a half an hour, it'll start hardening. It'll start spinning over in about an hour.
Yeah. And that's the only byproduct that CO2 that's bubbling off. So like Todd was saying a couple minutes ago, if it's not like an epoxy, it's not going to make your skimmer go crazy, because I hate my skimmer going absolutely psychotic. And all you get is just that little bit of bubbling. Just that little bit of bubbling, and it's nothing more than carbon dioxide bubbling off. There went a little bubble up. Get a nice little close-up jobby for the couple that are here now.
Just dry the bottom off. Place it in. That's it. See, this one fell over. So like I said, we'll just reset it. No big deal.
And that was the biggest with when I was playing with it, was that I was forgetting to dry off the bottom.
Yeah, because if you have this wet, look, we have no contact. There's no grab.
Right, there's no grab.
There's no grab, right? The key is start with clean adhesive and dry off your bottom. So what I'm gonna do is just reset it. And to do that, I'm getting the water out of there. I'm building up, I'm folding that water in, and I'm just creating a fresh, clean surface. Okay, I got that built up. I'm gonna dab this dry again. I got that dry, and I'm just gonna put it back into the adhesive. So I'm supporting it.
Boom.
Residual I can take and reuse. I can apply more on top of that. I'm just going to dry these plug here, this frag here.
And it's great because you're not wasting anything.
Nope, everything's getting reused.
So everybody's budget minded, and conservation minded, and this is just a huge step in that progression, because you can't reuse what you screw up with of super glue.
And let's go over what everybody just complains about the tubes. Is when you stick the tube under the water with super glue, as soon as you get water in it, it hardens up. If I stick this under the water, I still have adhesive here. There's no contamination of water hardening up the adhesive. This adhesive still can be used, and I can apply this to the next plug as well. That's never going to get wasted inside there. So yeah, these are some Red Planet pieces. Just gonna apply them on. I got some on the coil, right? No big deal. Just tack that right off. See that? So
This one thing is removable.
again, I got it on the coil again. See that?
I think what it is on the
Peel that right off of
other
there.
versions is that you have to take like a super thin razor blade
Okay.
and cut
Because it
out
just wants to stick to itself,
this
right?
like
So it's not going to burn the coil. It's not going to stick to the coil. You don't have to worry about losing a piece because it got wrapped around like the Seatak plate does. There's no squeeze out in there.
He actually sells the little cutting knife or cutting blade that's supposed to be ultra thin and ultra sharp that it's easy to cut it out. But yeah, I am 99% sure the YouTube videos on the technique on how to do it. Yeah, it's not difficult. It's just once you do it, once it's out, it's out. But all you do is silicone back. Whereas the newer ones, I think you just take that whole thing out and reconnect. Fits in and there's nothing to straight out.
And then where can this be purchased?
You can
This is
purchase
the
this
newest,
through our store here, Something Fishy. You can purchase online at Champion Lighting and Supply.
The main difference is, other than
A
making
lot of
them
other retailers that are
compatible
putting
is
orders in,
large-
so if you
large
can't get it
tanks,
locally,
they
tell your
bracket, like the 750,
local retailer they can purchase at Champion Lighting. Reach out.
doors. The doors just open and there's no stabilizing brace. But now they come with like a stabilizing, you sump in and then have that stabilizing brace.
I see you've got the glue gun kits all put together too.
All ready to go.
What do they retail for? I think
So the kit's like $48 for the gun and the 1 ounce too.
and that's this one here.
Yes, I'll show those real quick.
And do you ship?
Yes, we do ship.
Can you show how to put them together? Yeah,
Thank you.
because I think the
Yes.
people who are really into the
Okay.
are going to go for this.
So this is your plunger. This is going to go inside your tube, okay? And with the ribbed area in the bottom is going to go. This is your ratcheting area on the plunger. This is on the bottom, okay? So you're going to lift up the lock. You're going to put the plunger in there. You're going to use the release tab to push that through. Okay. Sometimes you get a little finicky. Okay. And you're going to just keep pushing that plunger all the way through here until we're flush almost to the edge here. Okay. So we're down there. Then when you get your glue tube, open up your bag. You're going to take off the orange cover. This is to keep moisture out of the adhesive. Okay. All right, got your needle. You're going to apply your tube into your gun, lock it in place. You're going to take off the cap, apply your needle, and then you can start using it.
When we are done using this and we take it off, should we replace the orange cap?
Yes.
Okay.
There you go. It's coming out of there. So again, this you can take up underneath, and you can see that we're applying that to the frag plug underneath. Just applying that right in the joint there.
This is great for like little spot repairs.
Yep. You don't need much. The stuff is very, very strong, so you don't need to fill in with the whole area. A small surface, if you were to have a half-inch area, that's a lot of strength that you're more than you're going to need for your plug. And again, when you're done, put everything back. You're going to wipe off your tip. You're going to remove your tip. Okay, you're gonna put your cap back on. You're gonna clean that later on. You're gonna take this back out, release your plunger, pop your tube out, put this cap back on, put it back in the bag. And then this, you can just take, a piece of metal, like an old drill bit or a piece of wire or something like that, scope that out of there, and then just clean this out with just some isopropyl alcohol. You can use that to clean that right out of there. And then you can just let it dry off, put it back in the bag, and reuse it.
Perfect.
And there'll also be 5-pack 5-pack replacement tips of these.
Oh,
in this room.
awesome. Yeah, so on the off
if it
chance.
wears out or you get stuck in there, you can always buy replacement tips. If it does harden up in here, you can take a drill bit and drill it out.
Okay.
So you can reuse this even if it gets hard inside of there.
I see there's a big industrial size
Yes,
versions
these could be
too.
used in regular caulk guns. So these are great for if you got bigger aquascaping projects.
Somebody just got a 500-gallon tank.
I'd be great for that.
Yeah, that would be great. Well, if anybody has any questions, just leave them here, and we'll answer them as they come along, or as time goes on. If it's something that I don't know, I'll forward it to Todd, and he'll shoot an answer back to me, and I'll leave it on here. Or if he sees it on the video, he'll answer it himself. Okay? So thanks for joining us. Have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow.